Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, Masters in Counseling Psychology, longtime astrologer, psychic healer, and yogi. Welcome to the episode on programming prosperity into your life. In this episode, I'm going to share how to cultivate prosperity consciousness internally so you're not affected by the tides of economic ups and downs out in the world. I'll share metaphysical material on prosperity consciousness. Stay tuned till the end of the episode when I share affirmations and Sanskrit mantras for prosperity and abundance. Welcome to the episode on cultivating prosperity into your life. It is more important now than ever before that we align our consciousness with abundance and wealth rather than scarcity or lack. Given the times we live in, I'm going to share essential information for weathering the waves of our economic times. Everything seems to be rising in cost, including airfares, goods, gas, groceries. And then we have the flailing stock market and creeping cryptocurrencies. The third dimensional control matrix is pulling out all stops with fear, war, economic crisis, and by taking away health sovereignty, medical choices, and other rights. Astrology is always a precursor of coming times because we can tell how the movement of the outer planets and nodes of the moon will affect the collective experience. The nodes of the moon in astrology have shifted into the signs Taurus and Scorpio, which are the money signs since January 2022, and they will be transiting Taurus and Scorpio until July 2023. We have 4 eclipses during 2022 in the signs of Taurus and Scorpio, the financial axis in astrology. These eclipses occur on April 30th, 2022, with a solar eclipse, new moon in Taurus, May 16th, 2022, with a full moon lunar eclipse with the moon in Scorpio and sun in Taurus. Go back and listen to my previous podcast on the eclipses of April through May 2022. Then in October and November of 2022, we have the companion eclipses on October 25th, 2022, with a new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio, and November 8th, 2022, with a full moon lunar eclipse with the sun in Taurus and moon in Scorpio. So you see, the whole eclipse cycle during 2022 activates the economic and financial situation in the world. We can't help but focus on our finances personally as well as collectively this year. But despite what is occurring in the world, we must cultivate the consciousness of abundance and prosperity within. There are many metaphysical techniques that can help. Sanskrit Mantras for prosperity are a wonderful tool to shift your vibration and subconscious patterns to attract more prosperity. I have shared Sanskrit Mantras for abundance and prosperity in previous podcasts, so go back and listen to these. Sanskrit Mantras for Wealth, released on November 23rd, 2021. Lakshmi's Garden, Seed Prosperity with Sanskrit Mantra on April 9th, 2021. And Sanskrit Mantras for Abundance and Prosperity, released on October 7th, 2020. Later in this episode, I will share a few Sanskrit Mantras for prosperity. I will also share affirmations in English throughout the episode. The thing about affirmations is that you need to believe it to receive it. This means you need to work through subconscious blocks that interfere with your capacity to receive. In other words, you have to open your conscious and subconscious mind to receive, and then you will be opening your wallet to put more money in it. New Thought teacher Ernest Holmes, in his book, The Science of Mind, says this about prosperity and receiving. Quote, "Prosperity is the outpicturing of substance in our affairs. Everything in the universe is for us. Nothing is against us. Life is ever giving of itself. We must receive, utilize, and extend the gift. Success and prosperity are spiritual attributes belonging to all people, but not necessarily used by all people, unquote. In the book, Your Infinite Power to Be Rich by Joseph Murphy, he says, quote, God is the giver and the gift. Man is the receiver. God dwells in man, and this means that the treasure house of infinite riches is within you and all around you. By learning the laws of the mind, you can extract from the infinite storehouse within you everything you need in order to live gloriously, joyously, and abundantly. End quote. So both of these quotes by New Thought leaders illustrate a most important prosperity teaching, which is to align with the divine principle of abundance as the source of your supply. This divine principle of prosperity can be called God, or divine source, higher self, soul, or addressing the goddess of abundance, Lakshmi, in the Vedic pantheon, or the celestial treasure, Kubera, in the Vedic teachings, and more. Think about what is your connection to prosperity. Who do you go to directly? God, your higher self, your soul? And that is the energy that you align with. When we align with that divine principle of abundance, trust it, believe in it, and know we are not separate from it. Then wealth and blessings can flow into our life. We must be open to receive the blessings of universal source and then express gratitude. Here are some affirmations regarding the divine source of prosperity. I trust the universal spirit of prosperity to provide richly for me now. And another one. I recognize my true source and let prosperity pour forth into my every experience. And my source is a source of plenty, and I receive all I desire and require and more. And here's one that expresses belief in the source of prosperity. Quote, I believe in unlimited prosperity. And here's an affirmation which expresses gratitude. I give thanks that the prosperity which is mine by divine right now pours in for me under grace in perfect ways. Or, I am grateful for the riches in my life. If we feel lack or self-worth issues, or not feeling deserving of the blessings of divine source, then that flow is unable to reach us. Here's a self-worth affirmation. I am worthy of receiving prosperity now. Catherine Ponder, a Unity minister, wrote some pivotal books in the positive thought and new consciousness movement during the 1960s and 1970s, including The Secret of Unlimited Prosperity, The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, Open Your Mind to Prosperity, The Prospering Power of Love, and more. She wrote, quote, begin now to open your mind to the unlimited supply of the universe, which is yours by divine right, by affirming often. Quote, I do not depend on persons or conditions for my supply. God is the source of my supply and is constantly opening new channels of prosperity to me. In her book, The Secret of Unlimited Prosperity, Catherine Ponder explains 3 prosperity laws. They are 1, the prosperity law of receiving, 2, the prosperity law of mental attraction, and 3, the prosperity law of mental acceptance. The prosperity law of receiving, simply stated, is it is better to give than receive. This doesn't mean that you are to give money or help to others waiting for the return payout, but to give from your heart and know you are worthy of receiving back. This makes me think of the Native American giveaway. In the Native culture, many times the most valuable is saved to give away. and storing or hoarding things is not understood. There is a high value placed on giving away and sharing what is ours. Once something is given away, all strings to that gift are broken. The gift is given with no expectations. Native people believe that what is given always comes back to the giver in one way or another in another form of good. Giving something from your heart without strings or expectation will always bring something back of higher value. It is the universal law of give and take. But if we only give and are like a martyr, closed off to receive back from the universe, then we won't be in the flow, as we are only giving and exhausting our supply both energetically and materially. When we align with the flow of God-given abundance and ride the waves of give and take, our supply is always refreshed and renewed. Sometimes certain sources of income or resource may dry up. That is usually an indication that a bigger form of compensation is coming our way, and we need to be open to receive it. The second law that Catherine Ponder speaks of is the prosperity law of mental attraction. This law is addressed in detail in the book The Law of Attraction by Michael Lozier. The way I define this concept is, as we think, so we reap. Catherine Ponder describes the law of mental attraction thus, quote, "The law of mental attraction is one of the basic laws of the universe. We are using it constantly, whether we are aware of it or not. The word attract means to draw. You are a magnetic field of mental influence. What you think about constantly, you automatically draw or attract to you. What you attract depends on that upon which you dwell. You attract things to which you give a great deal of thought. If you concentrate on thoughts of injustice, you attract injustice to you. If you give a great deal of thought to lack and failure, you attract lack and failure. And you attract to you people who think the same thoughts you do." Unquote, by Catherine Ponder. So in other words, if your thoughts are about lack, scarcity, negativity, or fearful, you will attract scenarios into your life which mirror those energies back. It is also important to raise your vibration emotionally. In other words, fake it until you make it. Begin feeling as if you have plenty of money and how good that will feel in your body, in your day-to-day life. I'll address some techniques to utilize the law of attraction in a positive way later in the episode. And the third law, the prosperity law of mental acceptance, is basically opening your mind to receive. According to Catherine Ponder, there are some other steps, including releasing the past, making it a habit to think about your life the way you want it to be, and prepare to accept your good. Here is an affirmation. God, or universe, or all that is, or higher self, I am ready. I mentally accept and claim my highest good now. I accept prosperity and abundance into my life. Welcome to the part of the episode when I share attraction techniques to bring more abundance or love or health in your life. You have to realign your mind or change your mental blueprint to be in the same vibration of that which you want to attract. Here are some steps to begin the process of aligning your mind to your desired outcome. First of all, set an intention statement that feels good, repeat it often, and imagine having it or doing it. It's also recommended to feel in your body as if you already have achieved your intention as you state it out loud several times a day. Before we chant Sanskrit mantras, we always set our intention of why we are chanting a certain mantra. The Sanskrit word for intention is sankalpa. So, an example of a prosperity intention would be, I am now financially free. I live my life free of money worries and can pursue my creative gifts and take trips. I love my life of wealth and ease. There's the intention. I am now financially free. I live my life free of money worries and can pursue my creative gifts and take trips. I love a life of wealth and ease. So that's the intention statement. It's a little different than what an affirmation is. I'm going to share some affirmations, but it's suggested to repeat daily 2 to 5 affirmations that make you feel positive, expectant, and good about your desired outcomes. Here are some examples of affirmations for wealth, money, and prosperity. First of all, for wealth. I create wealth easily and effortlessly. Or, I am living the life of my wealthy dreams. Or, I am easily attracting all the wealth I desire into my life now. Here's 3 affirmations for money. I am a money magnet. Money comes from unexpected and expected sources, and I am grateful. Money flows to me easily. And then here's 3 for prosperity. I am attracting financial prosperity. The whole universe is conspiring to make me prosperous. Prosperity is my birthright, and I attract it now. So focus on your goal by using emotional visualization. Happily see and feel yourself in the scene of your desired outcome. Use dialogue. See several mental scenes of your goal being achieved and feel positive and expectant. So let's say you simply want more money. Well, you can imagine yourself looking at your bank account and seeing the $1 million in there or more, and see how fun it feels to be planning the trip with that money. Calling your friend to see if they want to come with you, booking the airline tickets, researching where you want to stay. Really feel it. See yourself talking to your friend that's going to go with you, that you're paying for their trip to go. Or what else would you be doing with that money? Let's say you use the money to buy a new car. See the new car. See yourself doing the transaction to buy the new car at the car dealership. And other scenes such as that to make yourself feel good. But actually seeing the bank amount on your bank ledger is a really good focus of attention. The 4th step is create a belief statement such as, I believe I am destined to be wealthy very soon. Or, I believe I live a life free of money worries. I believe that I have all I desire or require and more. So, I believe I have a beautiful new car that makes me feel so good to drive around. I believe my bank account has increased exponentially. So something that you really can believe. Don't make up something that you will be not believing is happening in your life. You have to make it feel real to yourself. It can't be a pie in the sky. But if you believe it and feel it in your body, then that's what you write your belief statement about. The 5th step is use allowing statements to bring the outcome into your life. For example, I allow more money to flow into my life. You allow the universe to give it to you. I allow my prosperous life to unfold. I allow more financial freedom into my life. So get creative with these allowing statements. I allow myself to live a life of ease and grace, free from financial worries. So these are just a few ideas. It's really suggested that you make your own and they actually resonate with you and you feel good about them. But if all of this doesn't feel like a reality to you, then you got a chance from Sanskrit Mantras to move through subconscious blocks. When I come back, it's time for the icing on the prosperity cake. I'll share 3 Sanskrit mantras to help you raise your vibration to prosperity through your energy body by doing this sacred practice, the yoga of sound. Welcome to the part of the episode when I share Sanskrit mantras for prosperity and abundance. I have about 14 Sanskrit mantra episodes out there in the podcast Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. Go back and listen to those. Go back and listen to the first ones that came out in 2020 that give the basics of Sanskrit chanting. For our purposes of learning these, I'm going to chant each one 27 times, but It's highly recommended to chant each mantra 108 times to get the full power of this sacred sound formula. But hearing me chant it for 27 will get the vibration high enough for you to feel the shift. So we're going to be chanting to the principal Ganesha, the remover of obstacles. And so the mantra I'm going to share is Om Lakshmi Ganapataye Namaha, combines the Ganesha principle of the remover of obstacles with Lakshmi, the goddess of prosperity in Vedic teachings. The Ganapati mantra is used to remove obstacles to abundance. Ganesha as the remover of obstacles through the power of unity. And we see Lakshmi and Ganesha together working to remove the obstacles to a more prosperous situation. Om Lakshmi Ganapataye Namaha, chanted 27 times. Om Lakshmi Ganapataye Namaha. 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 The next mantra to help bring in more prosperity is to Goddess Lakshmi, and this mantra is Om Shrim Kleem Mahalakshmiye Namaha. Lakshmi is prosperity is wealth, the feminine power of manifestation. The foundation or mula mantra of Lakshmi is Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha. So this is that mula mantra, foundational mantra, with a seed sound kleem added to attract abundance. So breaking down the mantra, it's Om, which is universal consciousness, Shrim, the seed sound for Lakshmi, Kleem, the seed sound for attraction, Maha means great, Lakshmi is the goddess of abundance, Yay is Shakti producing, and Namaha is the salutation. So chant Om Shrim Kleem Mahalakshmiye Namaha with me 27 times. Om Shrim Kleem Mahalakshmiye Namaha. 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 Om Shrim Klim 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 Mahalakshmiye Namaha. And the final mantra for bringing in more abundance is to the celestial being Kubera, who is called God's treasurer. This is the mantra that Kubera used to become God's treasurer. This is a mantra to increase prosperity by attuning with the celestial treasure. And the mantra is Hasakala I Hrim, Hasakala I Hrim. Saying that phrase twice is one repetition of the mantra. Now, this is a very powerful mantra because it's all seed sounds. And it ends with the bij or seed mantra for the Sacred Heart, Hrim. So the mantra is Hasakala I Hrim, Hasakala I Hrim. Join me in chanting 27 times. Hasakala I Hrim, 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 Hasakala I Hrim. I hope you enjoyed this episode on prosperity programming for precarious times. Remember to subscribe, download, and share. Give us a 5-star review. This episode and all episodes of Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. This is Cosmic Scene signing out, sending healing prosperity programs through the quantum field.